Alrighty, so we're gonna shut this valve off here. It's gonna go down. This valve as well will also go down. So now the water is off, it's isolated. You press this red button right here. You get that squirt of water out at you. That just takes the pressure off the canister. Take our wrench here, and we're gonna go toward this tank with it. Just like that.
Pretty yucky, huh?
Yeah, it is. So, by the looks of the amount of iron coming in, I would definitely say every 2-3 months. Yeah. I wouldn't go longer than 3, but I would take it down in another 2 and see how it looks. And then I just kind of swish it around, get any of the stuff off the bottom of the canister. And where it's so badly stained, even if I wipe this, it's not going to come off at this point. So, she's stained. The only way to fix that would be to let it soak.
That's fine. This bottle of iron out was here.
Yeah, that would be the best thing. If you were going to soak this, that would be the best thing to use.
Okay.
Just pour some in the bottom of it, fill it up with hot water, and let that soak for a couple hours, and then scrub it out.
I don't put that in this system at all.
Yep, you will be.
Okay.
Yep. Right. So just take the wrap off the old filter.
Are they directional or anything?
Nope, doesn't matter which way you put it in. Okay. So when you take this down in 2 months, you want to make sure that you're not all the way through. So,
all the way through meaning?
So this filter works from the outside in.
Okay.
So you've got this core right in the middle, that plastic core. When you change this, you want to be a thread or so out, so that way it's not all the way through, if you know what I mean.
Like the dirtiness?
Right, so an example, that's all the way through. See how it's dirty from the outside all the way in?
Okay.
So if you take this down in 2 months and it is all the way through, you're gonna have to go once a month.
Okay.
If you take it down in 2 months and you're only halfway through, you might get 4 months out of it. Awesome. You know what I mean? It's gonna be one of those things you kind of gotta gauge. There is a rubber O-ring that sits in here, right here. I don't know if you can see it or not. Yeah. That just seals it, makes it a watertight seal. Okay. So just make sure there's no grit on it or anything like that. If you put it back on and it leaks, you can take any type of lubricant, Vaseline, just put it on that O-ring and it'll help seal it up.
Okay.
So this just sits down in there. There is a little nipple down there.
Okay.
For the center of this, kind of has to sit. Same goes for up in here.
Up in there? Okay.
Kind of looks exactly like that one does. So the easiest way to do it, in my opinion, is to start at an angle. And then you just spin it on hand tight and turn your water back on. Make sure it doesn't leak. And turn that one back on.
Okay.
And you're good to go.
All right.
Any questions on the filter?
No, filter is good.
So out of your filter into your softener. So there's resin beads inside this tank that are going to take out any hardness, iron, or manganese coming in from the well.
Okay.
So if you think of that as a magnet, this tank, and the hardness, the iron, and manganese as nails, as the water flows through, the magnet will hold on to those nails. Go back to your house and you get the clean water.
Okay.
With that being said, a magnet can only hold on to so many nails before you got to shake it off, right?
Sure.
So this system does what they call a backwash. In short terms, it just cleans itself. That's where the salt comes into play. So this brine tank here, you're gonna add salt to that. Let me just check the database, see how often this backwashes. So you're about once a week. This backwashes once every 6 days, so let's just call it once a week. So you're gonna go through a bag a month.
All right.
So you have to add a bag of salt to this brine tank every month.
Okay.
So I'm gonna add one today. Today's the 18th, so on the 18th of next month,
Another one.
you'll have to add another bag.
Okay.
So what happens when this goes into a backwash, this water inside this tank will dissolve the salt. The system sucks in the salt, rinses the media, kind of fluffs it all up, and then sends it all out that floor drain there where this black tube goes.
Okay.
So that salt in there is just a cleaning agent for it. It can't get rid of those nails without the salt.
So the salt doesn't go into the water per se. It's
Right.
just there to clean.
Right.
The what is this? The softener.
Yep.
Right.
So that's all the salt's there for. It doesn't go into your drinking water.
Okay.
The only time it uses it is when it backwashes.
Okay.
So it sucks it in, rinses it all out, goes out the drain. So
Okay.
you don't actually get the salt water. When this backwashes once a week, it's going to do it at 2 o'clock in the morning. That way, nobody's using water while it backwashes.
Okay.
Now, in order for it to go at 2 o'clock in the morning, this timer's got to be set to the correct time of day.
Right.
So we see right now it's blinking, so that's what it's going to look like if you lose power.
Oh.
So just like your oven clock, if you lose power, you're going to have to come down here and set that.
So that thing's maybe not been working for a while.
Right. So if that blinks, as soon as it hits that 6-day mark, it's just going to backwash. It doesn't matter what time it is.
Oh, if it blinks, it's on 6 days. It's going to go anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not going to be right. It's not going to
But
be.
it'll be at the
2
wrong.
o'clock.
It might be at 8 o'clock in the morning when
Right.
I just take showers.
Right.
And that's bad.
Right. So if you use water while it's backwashing, one, you disrupt the cycles, and two, you get really crappy water.
Yeah.
Because it's trying to clean itself. And if it's in that suction cycle I was telling you about when it sucks the salt water in, if you use water while that's doing that, you pull salt water in. Somebody gets a glass of water while that's doing that, it's going to be pretty salty.
It's be bad.
So just try to keep an eye on the timer. To set it, very simple. You got an up and down arrow here. If I press and hold on either one, it doesn't matter. The time will start to change. You get that TD up in this left-hand corner. That just stands for time of day. So now I can go whichever way I want. It's 11:15. So we get that to 11:15, and you're all set.
Okay.
Anytime you lose power, you have to set that clock.
Reset it. Okay.
Yep.
Does it say AM or PM or does it matter?
There is a PM indicator. There's no AM indicator.
Okay.
So if I go past 12, it will say PM up in the right-hand corner there.
All right. What's the 5 mean? Or
So right now it's counting down days.
oh, it's the 5th day.
So yep,
Okay.
yep. So that'll be down to 1.
Can we do a manual thing right now, or
Sure can.
Yeah, since
but
it's been
I can also have it go tonight. So you see this shower head here?
Uh-huh.
If I press this button here once, that's gonna flash. That means it's gonna backwash tonight. Now if I press and hold on that button, it'll start right now.
Yeah, let's do one that way.
So we're gonna want to add salt to that before we do the backwash. And the only thing is we have to let that salt sit for 2 hours before we do a backwash.
Oh, okay.
That way it'll dissolve.
All right. Well, that's nice.
So we'll have it go tonight, and then by tomorrow you guys will have clean water. I am going to service it today. There's a screen throat and injector in this guy here. We'll change those parts out, and it should be tip top for you guys.
All right, I appreciate that.
And
That's about it for the directions, huh?
Yeah, and this tank is going to get dirty. Some people want to take them out and clean them, and it really doesn't matter, because when this refills itself, it does it automatically. Fills the water inside the tank that you see there.
Yeah.
It does that with untreated water.
Okay.
So that's why they get dirty like that.
Okay.
But this system won't care as long as there's salt in the tank.
So one bag, only one bag, once a month.
Yep. You could add 2 if you wanted, but then you have 2 months worth
Oh, I see.
of salt. You know what I mean? I wouldn't fill it. I don't recommend filling them right to the top with salt.
So like maybe to that nipple, if you wanted to.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't
Lower-
go more than 2.
2. Okay, 2 bags and that's
Just
it.
because if something malfunctions and it doesn't
All right,
backwash,
then you got a bunch of junk in there.
yeah,
Okay.
it gets hard and mushies up before
Okay.
before it dissolves and uses it.
Cool.
So.
And you'll put in a ticket to get that thing changed.
Yep. I'll do a follow up and get that changed. Be a couple weeks. We'll come back.
What
out.
are we looking at there, approximately?
$600 or $700.
Okay, well,
I
we
believe.
need to have it then.
Yes.
What is that?
That's the little holding tank for the well.
Yep. So that's actually where you get your pressure from to your house. So there's a rubber bladder that sits about right here. There's a pocket of air. So when your well pump comes on, it pushes water into this tank and pushes that bladder up. So that's actually where you get the pressure. 'Cause it'll
We have a
push it
home
back
warranty.
down.
We have a home warranty too, so maybe they'll cover that.
Yep.
But we're gonna fix the water today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll hold off on putting the ticket in until after I talk to the home warranty
Okay.
people.
Yeah.
I'll just
So-
I'll call in. After
Okay, yeah, I'll just put it in as customer to call us.
That's good. He said it's gonna take a couple weeks though.
Yeah, if you
just
want to
need-
order it, go ahead.
No,
Yeah.
let's put the ticket in now, because we need to wait 2 weeks anyway.
Yeah, but it may be another company. I don't know. I don't want to screw you guys.
Right, right.
So.
And it don't matter even if we put it in